By 2080, most cities became louder than life itself. Overbuilt, overconnected, overexposed. Growth became the goal. Stability became optional.
But one city chose a different future.
A city that stayed quiet. Not famous.
Not massive. Not dominant.
Spokane.
Once overlooked. Once secondary. Overshadowed by louder neighbors. Ignored by the tech rush.
Spokane never chased the future.
It prepared for it. Growth was capped. Expansion slowed. Control over ambition.
Pressure was reduced. Objective. Relief.
While others rushed forward.
Spokane stayed still. That stillness became strength.
Infrastructure designed to last. Reliability. Energy kept local. Food kept close.
Movement kept human. No rush.
No noise.
No collapse.
Just continuity.
By 2080,
That mattered more than progress.
Technology existed. But it never ruled.
Nature stayed visible. Life stayed connected.
People noticed.
And they asked to come. Spokane didn't open wide. It measured every step.
Limits were enforced.
And life continued.
Spokane never became a capital.
Never became a hub.
Never became a symbol.
It became functional.
And that was enough.
This is the hidden gem. Spokane 2080.
A city that survived by staying small.
The future didn't reward speed. Objetivo. Lesson setup. It rewarded restraint. Geography decides the fate of cities.
The coast paid the price first.
The interior burned next. But the Northwest held balance. Spokane sat quietly between extremes.
High enough to stay dry.
Protected by distance.
Close to forests, but never consumed.
Water shaped everything. Not exploited. Protected.
Stored naturally.
Consistency mattered more than growth. Systems were built to absorb stress. Resilience.
Nature wasn't pushed out.
Extreme swings were rare. That made planners cautious. Density was managed.
Vertical dominance was rejected.
Energy came from the land.
And stayed local.
Spokane disconnected to survive. When others failed.
Spokane didn't.
Healthcare stayed human.
Education adapted. Preparedness.
Distance was reduced.
Dependency disappeared.
Movement slowed down.
Speed was no longer the goal.
The world shrank. Spokane adjusted early. Technology advised.
Humans decided.
Trust returned.
Control wasn't enforced.
It was earned.
By 2080,
people started asking why.
Why this city still worked.
and how long it could last.
They already knew.
Survival wasn't accidental. It was engineered.
Aligned with nature.
Consistency replaced ambition.
Others didn't slow down.
And they paid for it.
Spokane didn't.
It listened.
And that changed everything.
By 2080, artificial intelligence was everywhere. In most cities, it replaced judgment.
Efficiency became control.
People became variables.
Spokane chose differently.
AI advised.
Humans decided. Every time. The data warned them early.
And they listened.
Limits were written into law.
No invisible systems.
Nothing hidden.
No silent monitoring. design replaced enforcement. Cities weren't scaled.
They were layered.
Height stayed human. Nature kept its authority. The future was clear.
Small cities lasted longer.
The choice wasn't hard.
Ethics became infrastructure.
Control stayed physical.
Education stayed human-led.
No behavior shaping. No outrage engines.
The core principle here is that disagreement stayed real. Right?
Let's ensure everyone has a chance to voice that disagreement.
That phrase guided everything.
Silence returned.
Elsewhere, systems failed.
Here, life continued.
Complexity was reduced.
Preparedness stayed physical.
Technology stayed in its lane.
Trust replaced fear.
Not growth. Stability.
The future stopped being optimized.
It started being lived. By 2080,
The world noticed.
Not to copy it.
But to understand it.
Spokane refused expansion.
again.
The South re-emerged.
Not as ruler.
As contributor. The model endured.
Then came the final test.
The test arrived quietly.
Extreme weather pushed systems.
Demand exceeded forecasts.
Failures cascaded.
Little Rock waited.
Designed for isolation. Redundancy mattered.
AI proposed cuts.
Humans reviewed. Life came first. The grid held.
The contrast was impossible to ignore. Washington noticed.
Nothing was hidden.
Others wanted the model.
Expansion was tempting.
Limits still mattered.
They said no.
Critics grew louder.
Residents understood.
Then water became scarce.
Reuse became protection.
Food systems trembled.
Local supply mattered.
Centralization failed.
Distribution stayed local. Digital systems were targeted. Isolation protected again.
AI assisted, not commanded.
Stability endured.
Pressure grew outside.
Conversation replaced force.
Authority stayed restrained.
Militarization was avoided. The world took notes.
No one sought fame.
The storm passed.
Lessons were logged.
No system was exempt. The design worked.
Typhus. Advice was requested.
There were no shortcuts. Only principles were exported. Some adapted. Others rushed and broke. Little Rock stayed patient. Time validated restraint.
Innovation without excess.
But the future was still watching. Decades passed. Those raised in stability led next. Power was earned quietly. Noise never returned.
Elsewhere, chaos cycled.
Here, continuity mattered.
Maintenance replaced ambition.
Nothing scaled endlessly.
Even technology was allowed to rest.
Collapse became curriculum. Limits were respected.
Excess never dominated. Balance was protected. Speculation moved on. Creation never stopped.
Names didn't matter.
History tried again.
Preparedness remained.
Advice was given, not control. It would not become an empire. Growth stopped. By choice. Urgency was gone. The world struggled.
Adaptation beat reaction.
Not everyone stayed. Control was never forced.
Neither was entry.
It looked the same.
They called it boring.
They weren't wrong.
Boring survived.
No myth was sold.
Imitation failed.
Because it was never scalable.
That was the secret.
Even intelligence knew when to stop.
Dependency was avoided.
Not bright.
Not loud.
Just steady.
And the world wondered.
Was this the future? Or just an exception? Either way,
it endured. Not by growing. Not by conquering. But by stopping.
When others couldn't.
Little Rock, 2075.
Still standing. No celebration followed.
No victory speeches. Just another day.
That was the point.
Care replaced ambition. Stability became success.
Even children understood restraint.
They studied failure.
Not to judge.
But to remember.
power no longer obsessed.
Because it wasn't always needed.
Supply stayed human.
Technology stepped back.
Trust returned.
Darkness wasn't feared.
Excess was unnecessary.
The Little Rock model completely failed the students then, and it fails them now. Failed?
It was a necessary step toward integration. You cannot rewrite history.
Ignored locally. Time moved on.
Monitoring never ruled.
Neither did machines. Responsibility stayed human. Innovation rested.
Movement without rush.
Progress without pressure. Small by design.
Not perfect.
Not scalable. Airteller,
but real.
In a world chasing more.
Little Rock chose enough.
And survived. Would your city?
Spokane.
(2080).
Pacific Northwest's hidden gem.
The future doesn't always announce itself.
Sometimes it simply lasts.